Welcome back to another Real Talk interview with special guest Dylan. You son of a bitch!
What's up?
Yeah.
Looking forward to this.
Nevis
man.
has been saying he wants to do that with you since I told him, oh yeah, my buddy Dylan's gonna come on the podcast. Dylan.
Just really enunciate it.
Yeah.
classic line from.
So Dylan, what are you to me?
I am not. I don't really know you. You're just kind of some guy who told me he does a podcast. There's like 5 dudes with guns. No.
Yeah.
Josh. Yeah, you toured me in this building we're in right now. A couple of years ago.
Way back.
For all you folks there, Josh showed me this building I moved into, which we both happen to work for now. Great place. We're in the rep.
Yeah.
We're in the fit right now for the place.
There exist photos of Dylan and I where we wore the exact same outfit to work once.
Oh, yeah. Yo, it was pretty much this. It was the black hat.
It was a black hat, the gray sweater.
whole thing.
We both wore black jeans and we both wore brown shoes.
Yeah, it was like a perfect.
The only difference
20.
was that his has laces and mine didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All about the socks, but.
Yeah. Oh, what socks are you wearing today?
Oh, I got some hockey socks going on. Got
Hockey.
some puck skates,
I've
some
got
sticks in there.
Nice.
I've got the old classic, old reliable pineapples.
Damn. What
Some
did I?
Nevis.
Classic,
I think I got Monopoly.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, you're wearing good socks
Nice,
too?
there
Yeah, I
you
got a
go.
Monopoly.
Well, we
yeah,
might
yeah.
have a sock podcast.
That's so
Yeah,
bad.
right?
I should have worn like my big vibrant ducky socks. You know?
Yeah,
those
yeah,
ones?
yeah. Oh,
Those
dude,
are
remember that
unreal.
day? So, this is a film podcast, so we can get right into the meat and potatoes.
Right into the potatoes, yeah.
You were telling me earlier, Dylan, that your top 3 favorite movies are all made by Christopher Nolan.
Not actually true. 2 of the 3.
But we then deduced that one of them
Yeah.
is not a Christopher Nolan film. So why
No.
don't you tell us about those 3 movies?
All right.
What are
so,
they?
Okay. So this conversation Josh is referring to, I looking back on after you left, I was like, okay, no, this isn't a Christopher Nolan movie. But anyway, I'm a big Christopher Nolan guy. All right.
yeah.
Great director. Man.
Oh, yeah.
Like
10
he's
out
got
of
so many good movies. I haven't seen
sure.
all of them per se, but of the ones I have seen, like
Yeah.
they're the shit, man. Like they're so good.
Oh hell yeah.
Ironically, as much of a Batman fan I am, the Dark Knight trilogy doesn't make it in my top 3.
Wow.
It's like the Dark Knight itself is, I think, number 4. It's really
Yeah.
close. Like
Yeah.
it's such a
And
good
these
movie.
are of all
man.
time, right?
Yeah, this is like my favorite movie list altogether.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
So number 3, Tenet.
Okay.
A lot of people shit on Tenet, man. A lot of people didn't like it. I think it's because of like how hard it is to understand the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing at times.
It
but
does get, yeah.
that's kind of what I like about it. It's
Okay.
like I have no idea what's going on, and so I have to watch it again. and I'm like,
yeah.
okay, like like I get this now. This is
Yeah.
cool. No, I really like Tenet. Number 2, Inception.
Yeah.
Leo. Like, come on, man. It's such a good movie.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the ending with that little turntable, whatever it's called, the
top,
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
top thing. Yeah.
spinning around. You have no idea. Is he dreaming? Is he not? Like, I don't know. I really like that movie. And then number 1, the non-Christopher Nolan, Shutter Island.
Shutter Island.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
That I love that movie. I've watched it like 1,800 times.
Oh, that has a perfect twist in it.
That's the best part of
Yeah.
it, right? Is you don't know. I mean, you could argue both sides, taking in all the evidence for whether or not, okay, is this guy nuts?
Yeah.
Or is he an actual cop, man? Like you don't know. You have to think about it. And to this day, I don't have an answer, man.
Because
I
there's
think, yeah.
there's so many scenes in that film where it's just like I don't know if that's an editing error or if they intended to do that
Yeah.
to make it seem like nothing is really real for him.
Yeah, well, they play with so much stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like the one example I always think of is when he's in, it's like the later end of the movie, and he's on that cliffside, and he goes into the cave, and he meets the girl that's supposedly missing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I forget her name, but he's sitting there, and she plays the character from like the cop perspective of the film like so well. Like she has every detail down to a T, but it's like, is he actually, like, if he's nuts, he's just tripping this. Like, this, she doesn't exist.
Yeah.
He's just in a
Right.
fucking cave, man. Like, you're seeing
a caveman.
like, this girl's not real.
Pass that shit over to me, man.
Yo.
Bust Jerry out.
But honestly, though,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest draw for me on that movie. It's just how, like, you really don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
know.
up to interpretation. For sure.
Christopher Nolan, just the thinking man's director.
Yeah.
Well, Christopher Nolan, yeah, he has some good films. What films haven't you seen from him?
That's a good question. I haven't seen them. I don't know.
Have you,
I was gonna say, how the fuck would he know?
no, but like I
Okay,
would say like
I've
you,
seen all like the big blockbuster ones. Like I've seen
Okay.
Interstellar,
That's a good
obviously.
one,
I've
yeah.
seen like I said, the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
Like all like the big ones. I haven't seen Dunkirk.
Okay.
Dunkirk I never watched.
Dunkirk was good, yeah.
What other ones are there? I don't know. I think of like his top maybe 6 movies
Yeah.
I've seen. But
Yeah,
'Cause
like
there are
we
some-
were talking about Prestige. You haven't seen?
Yeah, I haven't
Prestige
seen
is good.
Memento.
Oh yeah, Memento.
Haven't seen
What's
Memento.
the
either.
one with Al Pacino?
That's called Insomnia.
Insomnia. I was
Nobody ever talks about that one. That
Isn't
was
that really old though? It's
yeah,
like
that
02
was-
or something.
Yeah, '02. It came out right after he did Memento.
Okay.
It stars Al Pacino and Robin Williams. It's like a
Nice.
pretty heavy cast.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a crime thriller and
Sounds pretty solid.
fucking A. Yeah.
Not too bad.
For
Christopher
sure.
Nolan. Like I remember, I didn't even know who Christopher. I'd say Christopher Nolan was my first favorite director. Like when I was first watching movies and
Yeah.
stuff. Like if anyone like I wasn't any kind of cinephile or like a big fan of movies. But if you had asked me back when I was like 12 years old, like who's your favorite director, and you pointed a gun at my head and I had to come up with one, I would have been like the guy that directed Batman.
Yeah.
You know,
Honestly,
because
I
of that.
probably would have said the same thing.
Yeah,
at
because
12
he
years
fucking
old.
directed Batman.
Yeah, but he directed it in a way that like modernized the character.
Precisely,
Because like before that Batman, you got George Clooney like punching Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze. Like that
The
was where
Iceman
Batman
that
was
cometh.
That trilogy really brought Batman to life in
Yeah.
the cinematic.
Yeah.
in the
ways,
millennium, in the
for
new
sure.
millennium. Yeah.
I
I don't-
agree.
I think Batman Begins is extremely underrated in that
Likewise.
trilogy. Like, I think it gets slept on a lot just because it doesn't have, the Dark Knight in the name of it. I feel like just nobody even knows it exists
Well, I
if you're
had-
not a big Batman fan.
I actually had a
right?
friend.
Like-
They didn't even know that that Batman Begins existed.
Exactly.
They were like,
don't
"There's
know
the
it's a
Dark Knight, the Dark
trilogy.
Knight." Yeah, they're like, "What's the
Oh.
first one, or what's the
Yeah.
third one?" And I'm like, "Batman Begins."
Yeah.
that was the first one.
I mean, to be fair, I think the movie itself was really well done. I don't think it had being that first movie, being the Batman Begins. Scarecrow is a great character, but he's not
Yeah.
the Joker, right? Like he's not gonna have that pull that the
No.
Joker, or like Bane and the Dark Knight Rises really has.
Yeah.
And so I kind of understand okay, maybe I think it served its purpose for the trilogy very
Yeah.
well. Even though it doesn't get the attention I think it might deserve.
For sure. I would say like Batman Begins out of the 3 could be argued to be the most Batman focused out of all of them. Because I always think of like Dark Knight, there's so many great scenes
Yeah.
with the Joker,
Yeah.
Harvey Dent.
Heath Ledger takes over that movie.
Yeah,
he's
he
the reason that
does.
movie's as good as it is.
Yeah.
Is that Joker character.
And with Rises, it's because of it's being the end of the trilogy. It focuses on so many characters, whereas Batman Begins, you see Batman beginning,
Yeah,
starting off and such. So,
exactly.
yeah.
No, I agree.
Really interesting stuff coming from that director. But you also like Shutter Island, who was directed by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, he's got a lot of good movies too.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
I mean, I couldn't name 10 of them off the top of my head, but he's a very familiar name in the,
Yeah.
movie industry for sure.
Have you watched like his big ones like Goodfellas and Wolf of Wall Street?
I haven't. I've been meaning to watch Wolf of Wall Street,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
been one of those movies that's just been on my Netflix, watch this list,
Yeah.
but I just never have.
It's so good.
It's so many memes.
Oh yeah, tons of memes.
I think for me, Wolf of Wall Street was one of those movies I had to watch twice. Actually, I watched it the first time and I was like, eh.
You said you were a little bit iffy on it. I think it was because you said runtime. I think right?
Precisely,
'Cause
yeah.
it is
Pretty long,
It's a
isn't it?
3-hour long
Yeah.
movie.
Like I
so-
remember, I always remember it's the scene on the boat when I'm just like, oh my god, when will this end?
Let's go.
But then I
yeah.
rewatched it a few months ago, and then I watched it in its entirety, and I was like, you know what? It's honestly not as long as I remember it being.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, I was like, you know what? I like this a little bit more now.
Yeah.
And then it's just so iconic. The things Jordan Belfort says.
Oh, it's amazing.
There's
What
some
a
of the
guy,
wacky
eh?
shit.
I've heard a lot about, I haven't watched the movie, obviously, but I know, the character and kind of what's going on there
Yeah.
and kind of some context of it. Sounds like a pretty interesting dude.
Oh, for sure.
He's quite an
Guaranteed.
interesting guy. They only
Yeah.
made a 3-hour movie on him.
yeah.
Well, it's because it's based off the real guy, Jordan Belfort, same name and everything like that. He even makes a cameo in the film.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fucking insane how there's people out there that are just like that
Yeah.
in real life and
Just
have
have
done
your own
shit
movie,
like that.
man.
Fucking nuts, man.
Their lives are movies.
Legit.
No,
That's
but,
a goal. Just make your life a movie.
Yeah.
Josh.
What kind of movie would my life be? It would be a fucking.
It'd be one of those Adam Sandler comedies, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I would see that.
Okay.
Grown Ups, I'd be like one of the characters. You'd make me be like the Rob Schneider character.
I'd just be
Yeah.
like, go away, Pete.
Go away, mate. You'd be like Kevin James.
What if you were a movie?
What would my movie be like?
Yours would just be a thriller.
Oh shit.
It's like, oh fuck, I need to get to the next few shoot. I got 2 hours of sleep.
My life would be
Bouncing
like
off the wall all the time.
They're just pounding coffees. I don't know about you, Dylan.
I don't know. You tell me.
Probably like a redneck buddy comedy.
redneck buddy comedy.
I give this guy so much shit.
Yo,
for, like,
Josh pulled that out of his ass, man.
Baba Booey.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it.
No, yours would be like a Dumb and Dumber movie.
Dumb and Dumber movie.
Yo,
Like a
literally, just get like I'm from like a rural community, okay? Like in comparison to Josh. So like Josh just loves calling me a hick. So that's exactly where this is coming from.
Don't worry, Dylan.
I'll take it.
You're breathtaking.
You're
man.
breathtaking. It's good. But yeah, I don't
Christian,
know.
What kind of movie would Christian be? He'd probably just be like a mafia movie.
Yeah,
He's
it
just-
probably would be.
He's just sitting there like, you come to me on the day my daughter's to be married. Do you have any idea what time it is?
Yeah.
I gotta go film this movie. I gotta go be.
It'd be like that Scorsese film Goncharov. Did you hear about that film?
No.
It was an unreleased film from like the 70s that he directed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It starred like De Niro and stuff.
yeah.
Don't know really much of the plot, but yeah, it came out around the 70s.
Yeah, Christian's movie would definitely like have a subplot where he's just in fucking back in Italy.
Back in Italy.
I
Like
gotta,
whatever town he's
I
from in
gotta
Italy
do
would just
some business with a couple of
Just-
relatives.
go. The first action set piece would be he goes to East Side Mario's and he's like, "You call this wine? I call this grape juice.
We're gonna have to
This
take,
manja."
take down Olive Garden, Eastside Mario's, and that other pizza place. They're a disgrace to the,
The
human
whole
race.
movie's just some old Italian guy just beating the shit out of fucking
Yes.
shitty Italian
Like
restaurants.
that's Josh. Just Christian just smashing my head into.
Where's the
floor.
manager? Fuck, starts pummeling the guy. 'cause
Sir, I
of-
just served the food. I'm just a busboy, please. He's like, let me tell you something, you manja king.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fucking.
Reminds me of-
Scorsese would have to direct it.
Oh, guaranteed. Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
to be in charge of everything about it.
I wouldn't be upset if Adam Sandler directed the movie about my life.
Yeah.
Probably be a decent movie.
Yeah.
My life.
I'd totally have that.
Title would definitely be like, what the fuck?
Well, no, because that reminds me, because I even brought it up too with you, Josh, about like Grown Ups and stuff. I haven't seen Grown Ups in so long, and
Yeah.
from what I remember from it, I'm like, it ain't no masterpiece. But I laughed at a couple jokes.
It's a family movie.
That's what I
like
mean.
Grown Ups.
Yeah.
Like family movies are always like, okay, there's a couple good jokes. There's a couple like
Yeah.
low key jokes you don't get at first because you got to
Yeah.
keep it safe for the kids, right?
Exactly.
Like you can't make it, you can't drop any swear words or anything like that. Like
Yeah.
it's very indirect, but sometimes pretty good comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say
No, I
so.
think Grown Ups is still a solid movie. It's my favorite movie to watch. Like when I'm intoxicated and I'm just sitting there with beer and pizza around me. I'm just like, I'm gonna watch Grown Ups or Grown Ups 2. Like it's
Hell
my
yeah.
guilty pleasure movie.
Nice, Dylan. Do you have a movie similar to that?
When you said it's like my guilty pleasure movie, I haven't watched this movie in a long time, but I did have a movie like that in high school. Remember the South Park movie?
Oh, bigger.
I can't remember. I can't remember
God.
what the name of it was, but it was the South Park movie. And it was
Cows,
like,
Bones, and Bitch.
yeah, it was like the Canada and U.S. go to war.
yeah,
at the end.
yeah.
Dude, I used to watch that so much when I was in school.
South Park's fucking
What about
amazing.
you?
I love
Mr.
it.
This is if out of the three of us, even just me, Christian, and you're the most cinephile of us. So what's
What are you
your
talking about? Cinephile.
Buddy, you have a jar and you think like, okay, I'm gonna watch Old Boy today.
Okay, yeah, I do, but that doesn't mean whatever. Yeah, okay, I watch a lot of movies. That doesn't mean
This guy, we brought up
wrong with that.
silent films on like our rock review, and this guy just started rattling off answers because he knew about them. I'm like, who the fuck watches a silent film that doesn't star Charlie Chaplin?
there's other filmmakers that existed back in the day. What are you talking about? That's like, oh yeah, there's only one film. Like, okay, whatever.
Well, but what is your guilty play? What is your grown-ups?
What is my grown-ups? I guess in terms of comedies, I recently saw Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Yeah.
It was like this like kung fu parody movie. And
Like Black Dynamite?
yeah, kind of like Black Dynamite. And I showed it to a few of my friends, and they were like, "This is shit,
What
man."
is going on?
And I'm just like, "Bro, you just don't understand this humor. It's like something hits differently."
What's that Chubby Chaser movie?
Chevy Chase movie?
Yeah, Chevy. Yeah. What's that movie that that Jason gives you shit for?
That Jason?
Not Jason. Ah, fuck. Yeah,
Andrew?
what's his name? Something Jacob Nosan.
Jacob Nosan.
Yeah.
Which Chevy Chase film are you talking about?
I don't know. There's just one that I know that's people give you shit for.
I recommended a film from them called Nothing But Trouble with Chevy Chase in it, but I didn't like it. I thought it would be good because Chevy Chase. I've seen a lot of his older films when I was little, but no, I don't know.
Well, going back to like the superhero craze, you know what I watched last night?
Which one?
Do you guys remember the Drake Bell, the superhero movie?
Fucking Christ.
Drake Bell, the superhero.
It was
movie.
called Superhero Movie.
Oh yeah, the superhero movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
I know Drake, but I'm unfamiliar.
You've
Drake,
never
Drake
seen
and Josh, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
Okay.
piece of shit in real life, but that
Yeah.
movie is funny.
Yo.
Luckily, Josh is cool.
Yeah.
Quick little tangent on that guy.
Yeah, go for
Jake
it.
Bell.
Yeah.
I guess I remember reading the story a while ago. This was from like 5 years ago or something. There was this Make-A-Wish kid. Okay,
5 years ago.
You know, he's a Make-A-Wish kid, so
course.
he's got cancer or whatever
Yeah.
form, and his wish was he wanted to meet Drake.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, like I really like Drake. I want to meet him.
Yeah.
Drake Bell shows up. He wanted Drake like the rapper Drake. And Drake Bell shows up, and the kid just starts crying because this C-list actor from Drake and Josh just shows up to this Make-A-Wish kid's thing.
Make a Wish kid be like,
Hey, yo, what the
yo,
Well,
this ain't
straight up.
Drake.
He's
Make
like,
a Wish could be like,
What?
both of them were just extremely disappointed.
damn.
Well,
damn,
what was
man.
Drake trying to sing the Drake and Josh theme, and he's just like, "Who the fuck are you?
Put my money in the grave, man.
I found a way. I found a way." And he's just
Just like
like,
with his old ass
"Play View from the Six." or
Justin
whatever.
Bieber ass haircut.
Oh
you know?
my god.
Oh, dude, you've never seen superhero movie?
I don't know. I
I,
haven't.
okay, so
wasn't Kevin Hart in that?
Yeah, he's in Kevin Hart's in it,
Jesus.
and I think it's one of my favorite performances of Kevin Hart in a movie because he's just like the side character. There's like this gag where he like shows up on the bus. This movie came out in like 2008 or 2009.
Yeah.
He's like
Okay.
on the bus, and Kevin Hart's like, "Hey, Drake, come over here." And he's like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" He pulls out like an eye drink.
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
drinking juice, and he pulls out a nose picker called Eye Pick. I just remember that joke. That joke was so funny to me.
Oh my
Nice.
god. A lot of those parody movies are pretty good.
I actually watched like this 60-minute video right after I watched it about how just the movie was way ahead of its time. Just it's like actually, when was the last time you watched it?
Superhero movie? It's on free. It's free on YouTube.
That's how I watched it.
Yeah. Last time I saw it was like a few years ago. I wouldn't call it an underrated masterpiece. But
It's not an underrated masterpiece, but it's underrated as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the old man in it, the uncle or whatever.
Oh,
Leslie Nielsen. He's so funny.
Yeah. After that, I don't know if you saw on my laptop. I was just watching a bunch of like clips from Airplane after I watched it.
So good.
Yeah.
Like there's a scene
Yeah.
where he reveals he has superpowers. His Uncle Ben, his version of Uncle Ben, like Kevin Hart and Uncle Ben.
Sure.
Are
Yeah.
like they're using like a nail gun to put stuff up.
Oh yeah.
And so he walks in, and Uncle Ben turns, and he accidentally shoots a nail at Drake Bell, and Drake like dodges it and catches it, and he's like, "My God, how did you do that?" And he's just like, "It's easier than it looks," and he just turns and shoots Kevin Hart in the hand. He's like, "No, I don't think so."
I don't think so.
Okay, how about this? Throw as many punches as you like. I bet you $100 you don't land a single one. He just punches Kevin Hart in the face. Easy money.
Here's your money. He gives him the money. He's like, "What else you got?"
Yeah, what else? I think I have like really strong skin because Dragonflies immediately takes a knife and tries to stab him in the stomach. Oh, good
yeah.
thing that worked.
Yeah. Oh man.
Dude, next time you
that-
come over, we're watching it. If you don't watch it by then, you have to. It's on YouTube.
Damn.
All right, I'll have to look into
And it's
it.
actually good quality too.
Yeah.
Like it's not bad. It's like not 144p.
Yeah. But speaking of those types of movies, what's the transit? Oh, here it is. That's where we do our transitions.
Yeah,
okay.
We already talked about your favorite films. Do you
Sure.
have any films that you don't like?
Like you despise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. If I despise it, it probably means I really was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
it and I was like, "Damn, dude, what is
Yeah.
this?"
Yeah.
You know what movie? Okay. Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That movie sucked, man.
Yeah.
As someone who loves Batman, just watching him just start murdering people in the first hour, dude.
Thanks, Dylan. Did you guys set this up? Or
I told him beforehand, like,
Thank you, man. I respect your opinion.
Ooh,
Hell yeah, man. Oh.
Yo, Batman v I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah, it's like,
I
oh,
was
this is
like-
what Josh told me. I'm
It's
getting
like, all right,
ready.
the gloves are off.
What you should have been like? What are Matt's favorite films again?
Just wipe my ass with all of them.
yeah, but I respect that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. I agree.
I like it. Though.
Yeah.
It seemed like, to me, it was like that movie came out right at like the peak of Marvel.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
third.
2016.
Yeah. So like, I feel like DC was just trying too hard to catch up too fast.
yeah.
Right. Like it was same with like the just Justice League in general. Like,
Yeah.
You see, I mean, I haven't seen the Snyder cut,
Right.
but clearly that cut, given more time,
Yeah.
was much better than the original. Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just there needed to
No
be more
question.
time and more consideration for
Yeah.
like the plot lines and how things were going on. And
That's
I
what
don't
I
know.
thought about too when I saw the trailers. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I think they're trying to play catch up, but they shouldn't. They should just
Yeah.
do their thing.
It was just a bad circumstances because like the film was originally like over 3 hours long, and then the studio was like cut it down to 30 minutes
What,
shorter.
Justice League or
no
s-
BVS?
BVS?
They cut it down to 30 minutes, and I feel like just the circumstances. It just
Have you
yeah.
Have you seen the Ultimate Edition though?
not.
No.
It's just
like
a-
it's like I think it's the extra 30 minutes. Already.
Yeah, it's a little
Okay.
longer. It kind of fleshes out things that felt rushed in
Yeah.
the theatrical, but
But quite honestly, I think if you don't like the original, you're not gonna like the.
no,
extended
it's
version.
not going to be
Yeah.
like 9 days.
It's not gonna be like the
still
S-
the
Snyder
same
cut.
movie.
Yeah.
So,
But no, I like. I'm kind of like in the middle of like I hear your two extremes. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I see a lot of faults with Batman v Superman. I really don't like those aspects of it. But at the same time, it's still not a bad movie in my opinion.
no, yeah.
I'll say this: I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it, but I don't think it's because I liked the quality of the movie. I think it's because I was just a big DC fan.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like I was a huge Batman.
So then, how did you feel when you saw Justice League?
Yeah. What can you at least
Bust
admit?
out Jerry.
Can you at least admit Justice League was worse than Batman vs Superman, or do you think they're on par?
I'd have to watch them again to give a good argument now
Fair enough.
because I haven't watched either of them in a long time.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, I don't even know if I can go that far.
No, it's
I
okay.
didn't like Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
But Justice League, the problem with Justice League to me was, it was like the same thing. They didn't talk about the characters enough. They
Yeah.
just brought them, like when you look at the Avengers, you have like already 2 Iron Man movies. You have a
Yeah.
Thor movie. Like you don't have the same Hulk, but you have Hulk
Yeah.
recently in
Right.
in theater. And so like to just bring a character like Cyborg in, it's like no one knows who this guy is.
I kind
man.
of compare it to like I don't know if you watched this movie yet, but did you watch Black Panther: Wakanda Forever yet?
I haven't now.
Okay, never mind. We'll
Yeah.
keep that to ourselves. But like,
No, yeah.
for the person who's watching who commented on our most recent TikTok,
Oh my
you know,
We're gonna be talking about TikTok.
I
now.
am not that person. Okay, watch the full video before you start talking shit to me.
It's okay, Josh. It's okay.
That made me upset, man.
They're just comments. They're just comments. It's TikTok. Like
Yeah,
I
but,
said.
that could ruin my entire life.
Yeah, but like they're TikTok.
bet.
Who's
I know.
who's gonna be like, oh yes, this.
Oh,
is
this comment,
okay,
man.
so-
this username
I'll
from
just be blunt about
TikTok.
it. Somebody called me a racist sexist on TikTok, and I'm just like,
Oh.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
They got to you, man.
they got to you, man.
I was like,
got
huh?
you.
I feel like I got roasted way more on TikTok than you.
Oh, you did, but
Yeah.
I just saw those was just like, okay,
Dude, I
but then,
defended the DC Snyder films. I'm
Yeah.
clearly gonna get shit on more.
but I'm like,
Yeah.
a racist sexist. Hold on, whoa.
Yeah.
Like they were like just like going after you for that, but then they like pull out a shotgun and just went after me. I was like, buddy, did you watch the video? The fuck?
Well,
Anyways,
Dylan,
Yeah.
sorry you didn't have a good experience. Yeah, sorry you didn't have a good experience with Batman v Superman. But I am curious what your favorite superhero film is that isn't Batman related.
Okay.
That's a yeah.
That's a tough question.
Yeah,
That's a
I'm
smart
trying
question.
to
Think in
narrow
there.
it down
fuck, I
now.
don't even know what mine might be.
Yeah?
Actually, no.
Okay.
Well, we'd have to separate them by DC and Marvel then,
Okay, not Batman and
not Marvel.
yeah, not Marvel.
I'd say,
That narrows it down even more
yeah,
because Marvel's got a pretty.
because I
good-
was gonna say my favorite one's probably one of the earlier MCU movies, like
MCU?
maybe Iron Man or something,
yeah.
or like Winter Soldier. But DC,
Yeah.
I'd say my favorite DC movie that doesn't have Batman in it. I don't know, maybe it's got to be between Aquaman and Superman Returns.
You like Superman Returns?
I like Superman Returns. Have we never talked about this before? We've known each other since the 10th grade. I don't think I've ever told Nevis that I like Superman Returns.
Hey yo!
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my God! You didn't know
Well,
I like.
before we go into that,
I was like learning stuff about me.
yeah, I know. Before we get into that, Dylan, what would you say would be yours?
I honestly I don't know that I'm so like I'm trying to think of examples outside of DC and Marvel, just completely stand off alone.
Kick-Ass.
Like I was almost said
Kick-Ass
Kick-Ass.
is
Kick-Ass
good.
was a good movie, but it's
Yeah.
not like a superhero movie. It's more just like a bunch of people kicking ass, you know.
Fair enough. I mean,
Marvel, I really like Ragnarok. I think that was a great movie. Like
Yeah.
I try to avoid the Avengers movies as saying they're my favorite because I feel like it's kind of cheating. It's like
Yeah.
cherry picking. It's like
That's-
it's your obviously everyone's in it. You know, like it's gonna like Infinity War was awesome and so was Endgame, but you
Yeah.
know they're supposed to be.
they're pretty epic as
yeah,
already.
I like
Yeah,
Infinity
stand
War. I
alone.
think I mentioned this in our interview with Nathan that the reason I love Infinity War is not only just because it's great with all the characters, but just I think it's amazing that they were able to balance so many characters in a movie and have it all
Yeah.
be like coherent.
There's a lot.
It was really well done.
Yeah, that's
really
one of the
enjoyed
reasons.
both of
That's
those
why it's
movies.
one of my favorite movies of the decade because it's like the Russo brothers managed to do that. It's like that's incredible on their part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So
I
you think
agree
of
for
anything?
sure.
Ragnarok.
No, I'll come back to it if I think of it though.
Okay.
Well, if you liked Ragnarok, what did you think of Love and Thunder?
Oh,
I never
Jesus.
watched it and I refuse to.
There you go.
Good
Okay.
choice.
Okay, Marvel after Endgame, man. I'm not.
What about No Way Home?
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I say that was probably the best part after Endgame.
I think it was really cool seeing all the characters together, but at the same, it's like the same as Infinity War, right? It's like you like it because you're supposed to like it, man. All your
Yeah.
favorite characters are in one movie.
Yeah.
It's,
Like,
it's so epic that it
yeah,
can't really.
It's like
yeah.
you can't excuse like poor quality just because you have all these characters. Together, right?
Oh yeah, like I'm not saying it's what was it? No Way Home was a masterpiece, but like come on,
Oh, it
when you
wasn't.
see
Yeah.
Toby, Andrew,
Oh, it was a
and
sick movie.
yeah,
I
like
was
there's
happy.
some cool moments in it, and
watching
it's,
3 Spider-Man just
Yeah.
jumping around like it's cool. It's
Like
a
a
good
live action
movie.
Spider Verse.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, Spider Verse 2 was fucking fantastic.
Spider Verse was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
That's actually one of them. Yeah, but I really like I liked Superman Returns. Fuck. Nevis heard that and he was like,
Yeah, like, dude, that film's boring, man. I'm sorry.
it's nostalgia, man. It's nostalgia. I have no rational arguments for why.
Keep in mind, I'm the type of Superman fan that like loves Man of Steel.
I love Man of Steel too. I was debating that, but it was between Man of Steel and Superman Returns. But
Yeah.
I have so much nostalgia.
Yeah.
I have no rational reasoning for it. Like
Yeah.
this is literally just a shit take.
Yeah. Well,
I-
no, it's
I love Superman Returns. It's just I grew up with
Yeah.
it. I watched it on DVD all the time. My dad watched it with me. I have a lot of great childhood memories with it. And Brandon Routh is my Superman.
all right.
Brandon Routh and Dean Cain are my Superman.
Dean Cain. Well, yeah, Dean Cain because of Lois and Clark.
Again, another thing because of me and my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But yeah, I understand it's boring as fuck, but I don't care.
Like, I
the
like-
music. Oh, the music.
Oh, the
is-
music's good. Okay, I will admit that the music is pretty good.
The music's so good.
Fuck.
That scene where he fucking catches the plane. Oh, that scene was fantastic. That's probably. I think that is one of my favorite Superman scenes of all time. Like I don't even think. I think it's better than anything in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much better than him catching that oil rig, in my opinion.
All right. You do you, Josh.
Why don't you like Superman Returns?
Because it's just nostalgia over something that was already good.
I didn't even have this.
By
I
the
was
way-
6.
No, here's the thing. I love the Christopher Reeve film, Superman 1 and 2. There's this weird conception that because I love the Snyder films that I automatically hate the older stuff.
Because it's probably because you went after them using the old theme in Snyder in the Black Adam movie.
which you didn't need to, but regardless, I know a lot of people are like, "Ooh."
A lot of people were just like, "What?"
Yeah.
I hate that clip doesn't have the part we want.
Josh, you know what? Okay, sorry, Dylan. We're just kind of like
Yeah, we
we've-
just started. We
We've
just
been,
got this.
we've been utilizing this, and it's just like
We'll get more. We'll become better at this, but you have to
into it.
watch us learn.
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm on the fence of like, if like for example with Batman, there's so many interpretations of Batman that there's always like strengths in each one since day
Sure,
one.
yeah.
Similar to Superman, and that's because they're all different in their own right. So, for example, what if like Christian Bale started acting like the Michael Keaton Batman? It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Similar to Henry Cavill, you got to give him a chance at least. It's like Tom Holland acting like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. It's like
Yeah.
you got to make
the
it his
actor
own.
has their own identity
Exactly.
for each character, right?
So if you put a theme from Tobey Maguire Spider-Man to Tom Holland, it's like, well, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
I want to
it's
see
not
Tom
gonna
Holland
line up.
Spider-Man.
I see.
That's what I was going for.
Oh, wow.
My
name is Jeff.
Like fucking Jeff over here.
Wow.
Fuck. Okay.
What do you guys think? This is a completely off topic random.
Let's go for it.
Avatar, new movie's coming out soon.
Yes.
What do you guys think's gonna come out of that?
Well, this is quite a transition. Avatar, huh?
Avatar.
Yeah.
The way of. I was
Way
gonna
of
say.
water.
I was gonna say the way of the water.
Yeah, he keeps calling it the way of the water, and I have to tell him like, buddy, it's not the way of the water.
The
it's
way of the water.
Do you know the way?
What do you? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't really like the first Avatar.
No,
I'm only reviewing it just because we gotta get that movie out. We gotta do a review of it.
Gotta do a review.
We're cinephiles over here, so we gotta review it. I'm just like, dude, if I had a choice, I wouldn't watch it.
Really?
really?
I didn't like the first Avatar that much. I was like, this is just, eh. I mean, it was amazing to watch as a kid. I was like, wow, this is cool. But
Yeah.
I'm like, now I'm older. I'm just like, this is just fucking Pocahontas with blood.
Everyone keeps saying that it's like Pocahontas, Fern Gully, but it's just blue people.
No.
It's like, it's not bad. It's not a bad movie, but in no way is it even remotely close to one of my favorite movies.
I think a lot of people that talk about Avatar, because for me, like I gotta rewatch it. The last time I saw it was, I think,
an old
literally
movie.
in theaters.
Oh,
Like-
what about religion class?
Oh no, I never saw it in Religion.
Oh, no.
I think they showed us another film instead. That
You sure?
I think so.
No,
I
we
nev-
had religion class together. We watched it.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, that's how much I remembered from that.
Yeah. But how much do religion movies count?
Yeah, fair.
Like,
enough.
I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, American History X, best movie ever. I watched it at school.
Yeah, we saw American History X in Religion.
Sounds
It's
like a
it's a
great-
very
That and Schindler's List.
Mhm. Yeah, both graphic, disturbing films to show to kids in high school.
A bunch of immature, like,
Sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah.
it was a fucking
I watched
blast.
The Matrix in grade 12.
See, that's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
fine.
Matrix is cool.
We watched
I-
Batman in English. Oh no, it was me and Christian. We watched Batman Begins in English class, and then I did a report on The Dark Knight, a psychoanalytical report on The Dark Knight.
I also watched The Dark Knight. in
I got a
English
99
class.
on that.
I wish they showed us cooler films like that.
Dude, my English teacher was a goat, dude.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
awesome. Grade 10 and 12.
Yeah.
She was unreal. Shout out Miss McVitie.
Hell yeah.
I remember it was like
Wow.
a substitute because me and Christian's English teacher, like she had gone on mat leave, and just I think her name was Miss Lopes. And she was just the best. And like when we had to like explain to her why we wanted to select this movie from the list, and I obviously went with The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And so we go, and I'm doing it, and I'm like, you want to know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend.
Baba Booey.
I just my entire thing. I just did my Heath Ledger impression. She was like, "You're fucking. That's fucking awesome." Like she's like, "Keep do more."
There you go.
And I was like,
Wait, so your
"Let's
English
put a
you had a,
smile on that face."
you had a substitute English teacher, like substitute teacher.
for the entire term, yeah.
Okay.
Because it was like a permanent, semi-permanent position because of how the
Yeah.
other teacher went on mat leave.
It seems very common for English teachers to just like. Is it just me, or is that a common thing where it's just like substitute teachers for, especially within English?
They just dip. I
Yeah.
don't know. I had
Yeah.
this.
I had an English teacher who, same thing, was on mat leave for a while.
Yeah.
They just been fucking.
They got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I supposed to
But remake Romeo and Juliet.
Oh,
Read the
man.
next American novel.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta talk about Shakespeare again. Wow. That's,
You can
that's
only
fantastic.
talk about
Love
Romeo
in
and
the air.
Juliet so many times a year before you're like, I need to get out of this job.
Yeah. Dylan, you had to read Romeo or
Oh, yeah.
Shakespeare, right?
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Dude, I remember.
What?
Oh my god, this was the best project I ever did. I don't know if Christian remembers this. So there's this play that Shakespeare had, not Shakespeare, somebody had written called Good Night Desdemona, Good Morning Juliet, right?
Okay.
It's kind of like a parody play where they take characters from Romeo and Juliet, Othello, Hamlet, and kind of create their own narrative
Oh,
about
shit.
how like they all go back in time and everything, and kind of like try to find, because in Shakespeare's writing, there's this theory of Shakespeare, theory that all of Shakespeare's plays are missing a certain character. That he specifically pulls this one character out, and that's why the events, it always ends in a tragedy, because this character isn't there to stop the tragedy. So they kind of experiment with that. And so for our final project in grade 11, me and Christian had to, well, we didn't have to do this together, but I know Christian was in my class. What we had to do is we had to write our own version of Good Morning Desdemona, Good Night Juliet, where it's like we take something and kind of twist it. And I did mine on Star Wars. And I had
Go
like,
figure.
I was like, my character's gonna go back in time, and he's gonna kidnap Anakin, and they're gonna save the galaxy. And Miss Lopes read it and was like, "Were you high?" She like literally was like, "What the fuck is this?"
So let me get this straight. Your English teacher encouraged you to write fan fiction.
No, she ripped my fan fiction apart because apparently
Okay.
I misunderstood the assignment.
Yeah, because I feel like there was an assignment there that would have led into just writing fan fiction.
I think
it's like,
for
yeah, this is my story about Star Wars.
I think for us it was supposed to be Shakespeare related, and I just didn't see that part, and I just wrote mine on Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I spent like a week writing it. Like I wrote like a full-on play. Like it was like 8
Just
pages.
to get shit on it. dude.
Yeah. And
God
I was
damn.
like, what? And she's like, I can't grade this. And I was like, no, please. You don't know how hard I worked on that. This is my baby. Please, God, take it.
Straight
And she's
slap
like,
in the face.
she's like, okay, fine.
What? Yeah,
That's tough.
yeah, Dylan. I'm sure you've heard of Josh's Star Wars talk.
Yeah.
Have you?
Oh, what? Oh, sorry. You like Star Wars, huh?
You like?
Yes, I've heard Josh.
Oh my gosh.
Star Wars.
Are you,
God,
a,
you're
you a
gonna
fan of the films?
Partially, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I honestly, I've been meaning to watch all of them through again because I've seen all the movies, but some of like the older ones, the first 3 episodes,
Right.
I haven't seen those ones in a long time. So
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch those again. But no, overall, it's a classic, man.
Oh, yeah.
How can you not like Star Wars?
Those are classics.
I
for
agree.
sure.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well, that's
No,
cool.
Star Wars is fucking fantastic. I don't know.
What do you?
I don't know. Do I talk about Star Wars that much in the office?
I don't think you talk about it that much, but
know
you
I-
definitely talked about it.
I know I'm an idiot in the office.
Yeah,
Like, I talk
everyone's
about
an idiot in that
Do you,
office.
do you
Yeah.
have any story? Because you both live in Waterloo and you both work at the same place.
Okay, I'll let Dylan
Yeah.
talk.
Dylan, I gotta hear some juicy
gotta
little
hear-
stories
you
from,
gotta- I need
from
to hear
this guy
some-
right here.
Something from another
All right?
perspective. Oh,
I'm
Lord.
just saying because like I always hear Josh talk about it's like, yo dude, like this job it's crazy, man. Like I'm like ooh and, like, that's how Josh talks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Not
just
even
all
remotely
over the
close to how I
place.
talk, but go off.
It's literally, but yeah.
Whack.
Okay, so you want like a work story or just like a me and Josh?
Oh
story?
God, I know what story you're
I have
gonna
a great
tell.
story. I have a great me and Josh
Let me.
story.
That depends on how safe for work it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm fine with either.
Oh God,
Okay,
go
yeah.
for it. I know what you're gonna tell them. Can I take a guess? Is it the bench?
Yeah.
All right, I got to hear this now.
Okay. All right. So there's me and Josh were hanging out. This was back when I lived in this building.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like a Saturday. Neither of us had anything to do, and so like, all right, let's go hang out. And I had a Jay with me, and so we went down to the bench outside.
Right back there.
And we're saying it's like, I don't know, it's like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., it's dark. And we're sitting up there, we light it up. We're there for like an hour just talking. Okay. So like, obviously when we get there, we light it up, and then we're still like, we're pretty far into it by the end of it. And so we're talking, and Josh is explaining to me this thing he used to do with one of his brothers. And I guess, Josh, you feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I know you'd love to
I
fill
was
in.
telling him this story about my mom beating me.
Oh my god.
That's what we were talking about. We were talking about like childhood trauma, and I explained the story of like me and Matt. This one time, it was around Christmas. We had all the bins upstairs because we were taking all the stuff. Our mom's upstairs in her room. Matt and I are playing this game. We go into one of the empty boxes, put the lid on, and then bust down and be like, ah!
We'll try to scare the other one. Okay?
Yeah.
And then Matt
So-
goes in, ah, and then I go in. Continue.
So picture Josh in a box, right? Jumping up like a kid. Like just screaming. So he does this, and supposedly his mother was standing right at the end of the box the one time.
Yeah, like
my
and then I
God.
jump out. Mom's there with a belt in her hand.
Yeah. Anyway,
Where-
that was funny enough as it was. The best part of that was while we're sitting on this bench, there's a group of like 8 or 9 people sitting out by the parking lot. Like they just had a pregame or something. They're about to go to the bar.
Yeah.
And
they're
I'm
just
sitting
standing there.
Blam.
And me and Josh are, 10 feet away on this bench.
Oh my god.
Josh is telling me this story and just goes, "Bleh," like acts it out, like hands in the air, whatever. I see these guys like look over their shoulder, like look at Josh doing like screaming. They're like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" Everyone's like, "What is wrong with this dude?" Because he's just hands in the air, just blabbering.
My mom comes down. I jump out of the bus. I'm like, ah!
It was so funny, man. Watching these people just like, what is going on?
What probably made it better
shit.
was like they're like, isn't that the guy from The Office?
Oh my god.
No, that was hilarious. That was one of the first times me and Josh hung out, and listening to that happen I was like, dude, I was laughing about that for a week.
Oh my
Thinking about
gosh.
these guys.
What about some stupid shit I've done in the office?
That's fucking hilarious.
I don't know. We don't work enough. We don't work together enough to like.
Not anymore, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Aw.
Because he works only Fridays. I work 5 days a week. But
Yeah,
no, like, I mean, we
that's fair.
we had. Do you remember the picture from Emma's going away party? I
Which
was
one?
We had a going away party for a girl at work.
Okay.
And there's like, they're taking photos and everything. And so the photos come in the next day. The funniest part was like the night before, like before we got to the bar, I'm like, all right, guys, I'm not going to drink too much. I remember what happened last time. And then the first picture is me holding 2 beers.
Oh yeah, you were like this, like.
And then there's a picture of me and Dylan next to each other. And I'm just like this. And one eye is this way, the other. I was so baked.
Oh no.
On the patio.
Yeah, on the patio. Do you remember that
patio.
picture? Emma sent it to me. She's like, look at this. And I'm like, dude, I was out of it.
Dude, I remember because it was like, I don't know, like what was it, like midnight when everyone's like, yeah, like let's go out, let's go to Prohibition.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever. You and me both were like, I don't know if we're gonna go, dude. Like I don't know if we're feeling this. And then that was when you were like, all right, if I go and I'm not having too many drinks. And then sure enough, he's
But
got the
2
He's
glasses.
got the 2 drinks.
The infamous drinks.
Yeah.
So
It was a
Yep.
great picture.
That was a good night.
that's
yeah.
legendary, man.
The 4 of us gotta hang out one day, and you'll see how wild we can get.
Well, that's what I mean. You guys, like, it seems like you guys party all the time.
We don't go party all the time, but when
No?
we do party, we go wild.
You party hard.
Like,
God
so you at Maddie's
damn.
going away?
No, I wasn't.
That
I
was.
wasn't
It's
at
for
that one.
Maddie's going away party that I didn't go that wild. Just like, if you thought I was wild at Emma's, you should
Yeah.
have seen me at Maddie's. Like,
Dude, I'm looking forward.
I was gonzo.
Yeah.
Like, this Christmas party is gonna be fucking lit.
There's a legendary Christmas party within this office. I've only heard whispers.
Oh.
I've heard tales.
Can we even talk about this?
We probably shouldn't, but supposedly
Yeah.
there's this big party coming up. I'm looking forward
It's
to.
not a big party. It's just like we're all homies in the office. So like we
Oh,
get
yeah.
we have a couple drinks and then it's just like we're idiots together.
Yeah.
Me and my boss will do karaoke.
There we go.
It's a
Me
good
and
time.
Dylan are probably gonna do karaoke too.
Dope. Okay.
Yeah. Probably won't remember either.
Yeah.
When it comes to
Hopefully.
karaoke, yeah, I need a few shots to get into
Do you
it.
guys have a go-to karaoke song?
Me and Bree.
No, just
Or
in
just
general.
in
like
general.
yourself.
Like I know me and Bree, our go-to karaoke is "Baby's Cold Outside." 'Cause I don't know
Nice,
why we
man.
just nail that song.
Love that 50s
My-
just sexual assault.
Right? Very dated.
Baby,
very
it's-
dated.
it's-
Well, because
cold.
my go-to karaoke song in general is "Summer Nights" from Greece.
Oh.
I get up on stage,
nice.
I'm like, "Summer lovin' had me a blast."
Oh shit. I
What
guess
about you?
karaoke for me, Mr. Brightside, man.
Of course.
That's a good
I
one.
can bop to that, dude. I did that at the karaoke recently, and I was screaming. I knew.
Mr. Brightside.
I was. You know how they have like the lyrics and stuff. I just turned
Yeah.
around, and was like, "Fuck this! I'm seeing y'all right
Yeah.
now," and everyone was just like, "What the fuck?" That and the Men in Black theme, I know off by heart. The Men in Black Will Smith song. Oh man,
Oh
That's
my god!
awesome.
I can't believe you brought up the bench story.
it's
That was
classic.
in public.
That's a great story, man. I
How
love
big do you have to be to literally just reenact it so passionately that you scare off a group of 10 people
it was just the fact that they were so close to us. They
Yeah.
had to have heard Josh just scream. And when they looked over their shoulder, just seeing him, like,
I have no shame. I don't have any shame. I had no shame that night.
we must have looked like idiots, man.
That's how it is.
Oh my god.
Well,
That was
anyways.
funny.
Good stuff. Man. Yo, whoa. That's Josh's brain.
Dylan,
Rebooting.
This was fucking fantastic.
Thanks,
I have
man.
like
It was
no,
fun.
I have no spit anymore. This was a fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
episode.
man. Glad to have you
Good.
on, man.
I was glad to be here. It
Heard
was
a lot
fun,
of
dude.
awesome stories.
Hell yeah.
Learned a lot more about this fellow right here from it. And
Yeah, we
Yeah.
hope you're on another time. And with all that being said, we hope you enjoyed this episode
Yeah.
of Real Talk Interviews. If you did, leave a like, share, and subscribe. Follow Dylan on Instagram if you're comfortable with that.
Hell
Check out our
yeah.
Instagram. Check out our TikTok for some shorter, funnier clips. Check out our Patreon if you want to support the channel. And with all that being said, we will talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Ciao.